Today on Discovering Magnolia, Texas, we are at Nancy's Fancy Ceramics. Let's go inside and meet her and find out what they're all about. Nancy, thank you so much for having us out here today.
Sure, I'm glad you're here.
You have been here in Magnolia for a very long time.
Yes.
So let's get into a little bit of the history and what brought you here and how many years have you been at this establishment?
I'm celebrating 22 years this year. I came to Magnolia 22 years ago thinking that this Magnolia would boom at one time, and they did. And
Still are,
yes, it's growing. Actually, this is getting to be almost the new Magnolia again.
So because you've been here and are basically now, 22 years in one location, you've become a staple in the community. You really have.
Yes.
And I'm sure over time there's been a lot of relationships that you've developed with people.
Lots of friends, lots of people coming in. Seen a lot of kids grow up, and now they're bringing their kids in, so made lots of friends along the way.
This is a family.
It's a family thing. My nieces work with me. My niece does my website. My sister works with me. My husband comes out, fixes my kilns and any repairs that needs to be done. My niece worked for me till she graduated and is now teaching. So yeah, it's been a family experience.
Your sister Penny, she has worked with you.
Yes, all these years. Yes. She's the caster, so she actually makes 85% of what's in the store. She works hard. We actually clean the greenware, is what we call it, and then it goes to the kilns, then it comes over here. So she does all of that. Yeah, she's great.
So let's talk about what all you guys have to offer here. Obviously, the pottery.
Yes, pottery for sure. Everybody comes in and paints their own piece, picks it, paints it. There's different kinds of paint, so they use crystals, they'll use a specialty paint, they'll, some acrylics, different paints. Then we do glass. So we actually fire glass in our kilns, like it will do a glass pane and just put glass on it and fire it, and it'll melt into the piece. So that's kind of cool. And then we do clay building, and then we do canvases, and then we do resin. So we stay pretty busy.
Your pottery pieces that you have here, the majority of them are cast and they're made here, right?
Yes, they're made here.
And there's a wide variety. There is a lot of options for folks to come in here and choose from.
We have over 10,000 castings, so it takes us a while to get them out, and then we'll bring something new out and everybody will say, I didn't even know you had that. And so, it's just a roundabout thing. So something old could be vintage, and then we'll bring it out and everybody loves that, so they're doing that again.
And then your canvas painting, you actually will do nights.
We do church groups come in and do canvas painting. We'll have private parties for them. Group of 10 or more we do. But they'll come in and just seasonal, or we do anything. They'll tell them, just find me a picture and I'll paint it, and we'll go from there.
So recently you actually started doing more of the resin stuff, is that right?
Yes, resin's become really popular. So I brought in the glass and started putting resin over the glass, and so we've kind of made some panes with some dragonflies and different things. Resin's come a long way.
And one of the interesting things is that most of your stuff is self-taught,
yes,
right?
Yes, I've taught myself. My mom got me started when I was like 9, and I've been painting since. My mom said if it stood still long enough, I painted it.
So let's talk about some of the groups and organizations that actually come in here and do things with you. I know that you were saying you have a homeschool group that was just in here yesterday, right?
I do, and they did clay with me yesterday. We actually built pieces, just a wide variety of animals that they wanted to do. We do homeschool, we do family night at the schools, pottery night. We do birthday parties.
So what is the experience? Somebody walks through the door, they're coming in for the first time, they want to actually paint the pottery. What is their process walking in here?
Well, first off, they're overwhelmed because they don't know what to paint. So I have so many choices, but they pick their piece. Then they, of course, sit down wherever they want to sit, and then they go to the paint counter, and then we pull whatever colors they want to do. I kind of walk them through it, tell them how many coats to put on, and kind of give them some hints and some ideas of what to put on it. And they want to look at my stuff that I've painted, but most of the time they just do their own thing. And then, of course, once they're done painting, they put their name on it somewhere, and of course I try to get them to put the date on it, but they did it, so they memories.
Yeah.
And then they go next door, and I glaze them, and then they fire in the kilns, about 1830 degrees, which a lot of people don't know, for about 8 hours. And then they cool down, and as soon as they cool down enough, we will call them and tell them it's ready.
I'm gonna pick it back up.
Yeah, pick it back up. And that's when the shock is, when everybody sees it glazed and fired, they just can't believe it's, the piece that they painted.
Right.
So, yeah, the colors and stuff are bolder and brighter, and it of course has a shine on it. So it's kind of a neat process.
All right, so people want to find you. Where are you located?
Okay, so I'm on 1774, a road right off. You can see me from 1774, but you can't get to me unless you turn on Beyette, and I'm the first business on Beyette Road. A big yellow building. Can't miss me. My front door faces storage shop. So, but if you clock me from 1488, I'm 2 miles. So pretty easy to find. Just look for the yellow building.
Yeah.
Can't miss me. Yeah.
And how can they find you online? Your website, social media?
Yes, social media, Nancy's Fancy Ceramics and Facebook. And then Nancy's-fancies.com is my website. So we do have the classes and everything that we're doing online, so you can actually see what's coming up.
Thanks again for joining us on Discovering Magnolia, Texas. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
This Community Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by Erica Steetenroth, your Magnolia Realtor, and was produced and edited by JJ Productions.